I'm back in Edenville again. You can see there is a lot of work going on behind me, clearing up the debris in front of the M30 bridge. I just want to say a big thanks to all my new subscribers and my Patrons, Pam and Mr. Hominoid, as well as I want to give a special shout out to my Patrons, Nikati and Linda. Thank you so much, and thank you for everybody for sharing and liking this video. It helps a ton get it out there so the whole world can see what is going on here. I do also want to announce again the giveaway that I introduced in my last video, and this is that at every 10,000 subscribers, so by the time this video comes out, it might actually be to 30,000 subscribers, I will be giving $100 away for every 10,000 subscribers that I get. Sorry if I'm saying subscribers too many times again, but the way this works is if you are subscribed to my channel, I will pick one of you just randomly, and you will be the ones that get to choose if this $100 goes to a business or a resident here in Sanford and Edenville. And I might not even limit it to that. We can go up to Secord and Smallwood Lake. Anyone around there also experienced a lot of flooding. So if you want to be entered into a chance to be able to kind of donate money in your name, make sure you subscribe to my channel. This video is actually probably only a week after I filmed my last one, so I'll probably release it actually 2 weeks after I filmed my last update video in Edenville, but I wanted to make sure that I got down here soon enough to be able to capture some of the debris removal up here. And I also am going to talk to a guy who's upstream, kind of closer to the falls, maybe see a couple fish where they're kind of congregating up there, and maybe get a closer look of the Tobacco River Dam. So make sure you catch that towards the end of this video, but let me turn the camera around and we can kind of see what's going on here. There's a couple people here that are in this boat, and they're kind of just going around. Looks like they're surveying maybe areas that still need to be cleaned up. They just started working on this area yesterday. So they brought this barge in with the excavator on here, and they've already almost got this cleared up. I would think by the end of the day today, this will be completely clear of the trees, at least on the top portion. There might still be some hidden underneath the water. And then up here, kind of on the land portion, they do have this road done so that now they can access down to the water a lot easier. And they have another excavator there. And over here on this side, this land here has all been kind of leveled off with this bulldozer, and there's an excavator up there. Looks like some people were burning some of the stumps, trying to get rid of a little bit of that debris there. And right up there, right on the edge there, you can just see the edge of the Edenville Dam. That's where we're going to be heading in a little while, just as soon as I'm done filming here with my drone. I did also go by the Curtis Road Bridge, which is a little bit that way, maybe a mile downriver from this M30 bridge. And there is no work going on there yet. However, they have started work on the upper portion of the M30. It's kind of the Causeway Bridge. That is a little bit further upstream, actually kind of between Tobacco River and the Tittabawassee River. So hopefully I can get up there and film a little bit of the progress that they're making on that bridge as well. So let's go down here and watch the progress being made for a little while. As you can see, he's just spinning around, grabbing as many trees as he can with that grapple, and then he spins around and sets it on this little kind of detached portion of the barge, and then that barge they can bring over to land and unload it onto trucks to be hauled away. Looks like a lot of roots and small debris, small brush in that load. And then this boat right over here on the side will go ahead and shove that barge over here. They kind of have a little bit of a landing that they made. You can just see it behind the excavator there. Kind of just out of some railroad timbers, it looks like, and some maybe I-beams. This will be easier to see above with my drone as well. Looks like he almost has a full load right now. So as soon as they go ahead and shove this barge over here and start unloading it, I'm gonna run up, try to catch some of this with my drone. All right, so when it got a little bit higher vantage point so we can see what goes on here, you can see the boat just goes ahead, hooks up to that barge, and then they're gonna bring it over here, and they have a little bit of a setup that there's two I-beams holding in some big railroad ties right behind that semi-truck. And then this excavator will go ahead, unload the barge into that truck. So now they've went ahead and actually detached part of the barge, the part that all the debris is on, and the excavator is still in place there. The two spuds on the side of that barge are holding it in place while this boat goes ahead and brings the debris on this barge over to the semi to be unloaded. Looks like they're kind of actually sorting through a little bit of the debris. Big logs they've piled up here and are throwing those on the bottom where they can fit them in. And then they'll probably take a little bit of the small stuff and some of the small stuff here and lay it on top so that they get a completely full load. It looks like right here they did find a boat lift and a few other pieces of aluminum that they've separated. I don't know if that boat trailer was also in there, but I'm guessing that boat trailer is probably for their boat that they have right here. It looks like this one stump right off the corner of the barge is actually jabbing into the ground, so they're not able to shove it over here with the boat. So the guy standing right there on the barge with the excavator is going to get over there with that chainsaw, cut it off so that they can get over here, start unloading it. There it goes. Now it should be free to go ahead and bring that load over here. Just noticed that there's actually a lot of big logs over here. I'm wondering if they might be taking those actually to the mill to get some use out of this timber. It doesn't smell too bad here right now, but the smell that is in the air is smells like fresh cut cottonwood trees. You can see all these up here are cottonwoods, and a lot of this that they're plucking out of there in these logs must be cottonwood that they're ripping out of there, because you can definitely smell it in the air. You can see while this excavator up here is loading this truck, that one back on the barge is still reaching way down in that water and kind of doing a cleanup job. He grabs whatever he can as far down. It looks like he's actually pretty deep, but he's pushing it pretty close to the edge of that barge. You can see how much this corner is coming up. The actual whole thing is up out of the water right now. But he grabs a couple roots, whatever he can get, and then he swings over and tosses it on this pile over here that he will work on grabbing later. This video is probably going to be pretty long, so I'm just going to cut the portions where stuff's actually happening and maybe post the whole uncut portion at the end of the video for people that are interested in watching this whole process go on without any cuts happening in it. It looks like when they get a tree from this pile that has a stump on it, some roots, they actually go ahead and cut it off with the chainsaw, probably so that they can stack these a little easier. That's going to take up more room if they didn't cut that tree and root ball off there. So now they're just left with a straight log. And they've almost got this truck full over here, just working on getting the branches all in. And then they're going to go ahead and start unloading the barge, putting everything over here on the bank. This is Fisher Contracting doing the work here. They won the bid here on M30 as well as the M30 causeway up a little bit further to remove the trees and all the debris in the way. If you want to hear a little bit more about what these bids entailed, I covered these a couple videos ago, so you can go back and watch that video. So now they're going ahead, pulling the semi out of the way, going to tarp up that load so nothing blows out while they're going down the highway. And now this excavator can go over and unload the barge. It looks like they have the same kind of stacking system when they load the truck. When they loaded this onto the barge, they put the smaller stuff up on top. So this guy can go ahead, grab it off pretty easily, dump it over here in this pile to load on the top of the truck. And now all that's left on the bottom of that barge is pretty much mainly just logs. They're also cutting the logs to size. If they're a little bit too long over there, cutting them a little shorter so that they do fit in the truck. And going ahead, sorting these as he pulls everything off. Now I'm going to go ahead, grab my drone, and film some of this work in progress that we have going on behind me. Thank you to everybody for supporting me, subscribing to my channel, liking and sharing these videos. It does help a lot. If you want to contribute to the efforts here, make sure you visit the Sanford Strong and Edenville Strong Facebook pages. I'll leave the links in the description down below. And if you want to help support my page, I'll also leave my Patreon and PayPal account down below. Thanks for watching, and make sure you catch my next video. Until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.